Hello once again. You are welcome again to this video session, and we are still learning about concrete. Today, we are going to continue with our practice of making a concrete slab. But before making that slab, remember in the previous session, we went through some steps, like the selection of concrete tools, the batching process, and now we are going to start the mixing process. But before the mixing, let us try to find out the quantity of water that we are going to use during the mixing. So to calculate the quantity of water to be used, let us take the water to cement ratio of 0.6. So 0.6 is the water to cement ratio that we are going to respect. So to calculate the quantity of water will be equal to cement times 0.6. And if you remember, the cement you have calculated was 0.5 meter cube, which means that to find out water to be used, we are going to take 0.025 meter cube of water times the ratio of 0.6. Then this will be equal to 0.015 meter cubes of water. Then, to convert these meter cubes in liters so that it will facilitate us to be sure of the quantity of water that we are going to use during the mixing, let us multiply by 1,000. And this will give 15 liters. So 15 liters is the quantity of water that we are going to be using during the mixing. Then let us proceed with the mixing process. Generally, the mixing of concrete may be done in two ways, which means you have two methods of mixing concrete. The hand mixing, which is the mixing done manually by using some hand tools, and the mechanical mixing, which is the mixing done mechanically using various concrete mixers. And here, we are going to use the mechanical mixing method. And this is the mixer that we are going to use. It is an electrical concrete mixer, and this mixer is really good. As you can see, it is having a drum. This is a mixing drum with revolving blades inside. As we have two mixers, this one and the other one, we are going to use this one because it is more powerful than the other one. So the mixing done in this mixer, it is more efficient because this kind of mixer produces a concrete of good quality at a faster rate. Now, what we are going to do is to put the materials inside the mixer or to introduce the materials inside the drum, starting with the water. So we are going to put the 2/3 of water to be used, just like this. Then we are going to switch on the machine to start the mixing process. And after putting the 2/3 of water, we are going to introduce coarse aggregates. Now, after pulling the concrete, let us proceed with the vibration. Now, after pulling our concrete into the formwork, then after compacting it as it is required, we are going to proceed with the finishing process. So the finishing of concrete, it is a process of leveling the concrete surface and just producing a good appearance on a concrete surface. The finishing is done either by screeding using this straight edge. We are going to screed in order to make a good finish. Then the process of screeding, it is just a process of striking off the excess concrete and just make a level concrete surface. Now, after finishing our concrete by screeding using a straight edge, then we are going to proceed with the floating. After screeding, the next step of finishing the concrete is the floating. So the floating is done by using this wooden float just to make a smooth surface and to remove the irregularities left by a straight edge during the screeding. Now, let us have a smooth finish using this float in order to have a concrete with a good finish. Now, as you can see, this is our slab. So we have the finished product, which is a laid concrete slab. It is a reinforced concrete slab, of course. Then, after putting our concrete into the formwork, then after compacting it, then after finishing the concrete, this is the slab. Then the next step, which will be the final step, it will be the curing of this concrete. So the curing, it is a process of wetting the concrete or a process of keeping the concrete wet for a certain period so that it sets and hardens in a reasonable time and it gains enough strength. So the curing may be done after like 10 or 11 hours, which means that we are not going to cure this time. We have to wait for some 10 or 11 hours for doing a proper curing. Dear learners, I think we've had a nice session. Then, thank you for your participation, and thank you so much for all, and see you.